Hey, what's up guys? Houston here. Look, if you're trying to avoid a financial review with American Express, there's one of these buttons right here that you definitely do not want to play around with, because what'll end up happening, that's going to trigger a financial review. As a matter of fact, what I did, I'm going to tell you 5 things that can happen in a financial review that many of you are not aware of. So when you get your charge cards or credit card and you're like, why did they shut me down or whatever? And they start asking for your taxes, pay stubs and stuff, it's because of something you actually triggered in order for that to happen. Now, that being said, let's look at this. You see this button right here? Checking spending power? This is the #1 culprit for a financial review, all right? So what that means is that people would get a charge card, like they would get their American Express Platinum, their Gold card, or something of that nature, right? Now, when they get their cards, what they end up doing, they want to see actually how much will they actually be able to spend. So then what they would do, they would click on this here spending power button, all right? And they may put in 10,000, right? And it says you approve. Then they may say, well, let me see if I can do 25,000. And the system may say you are approved. Then you may say, let me see if this thing will give me 50,000. So when you click it a third time, what it does, it triggers a financial review. Even though it said you approve, now what they're going to do, cut the card off, okay? What they're going to do, cut the card off. They're going to reach out to you, okay? And they're going to assign you a specialist, and they're going to say, well, in order for us to give you this type of spending limit, what you need to do is you need to send us pay stubs. You need to send us tax papers, okay? Now, this is why I continue to tell you guys, when you're dealing with American Express, especially American Express, make sure that you link all of your bank accounts. If you're in a business, then link your business bank account. Or if you have personal accounts, link all of your personal accounts. So that way they can use their system to always check to see if you're actually generating revenue, okay? They want to take a look at what's going on with your bank account before they give you higher credit limits, all right? So that's the #1 culprit there. Now, let's talk about the second thing. Too many large purchases, okay? So what that means is that, say that they give you a $25,000 credit card, okay? And then the next day or the next 3 days after that, you decide, hey, I'm going to spend $10,000, okay? Now, they gave you 25. If you spent $10,000 within the next 3 to 7 days or whatever, this can trigger a financial review, because now they're looking like, okay, what did you spend the money on? Here's the thing about it. They're looking at this to see whether if they should give you a higher limit or should they be reducing because you're exposing yourself too much. Now, I have had clients, they've had their cards and they were in business and they just got their cards, and because the type of business they're constantly buying product and stuff for their stores and stuff like that. But what happens is, because they was doing it too often, right away, American Express shut them down. They shut them down and said, okay, we need you to send in the pay stubs. We need you to send in your tax papers. We need to see proof that you actually has this kind of income. So whatever type of income you put on that application, they're actually going to check it out. All right. So you have to be very careful. Now, say that you had like using your card for like taxes or something like that, like with the IRS, then that won't trigger a financial review because they know, okay, they're paying their taxes with the card. So they get that. But when you just doing a large lump sum spending all at once, then this is what's going to actually trigger that financial review because they're like, what's up with this, right? What's up with these people doing this? Now, here's another thing. We was talking about this here, requesting credit limits, right? So here's the thing about it. So you have a $25,000 card, okay? Here's the thing about it. Whenever you have a card with American Express over $25,000, okay, then what they want to do is a financial review. And they're trying to figure out, hey, can they handle this amount of money? So basically, they looking at how much you put on the application, okay? And they're usually generally giving you maybe about, I would say 20% of what you're putting on the application. So that's what they may start looking at or matching it to, okay? So then if you go up to, you request a credit line increase for 35, now they're going to want to do a 4506T again, and they want proof of income, all right? So you have to be very careful in terms of using these two buttons, all right? Another thing that would trigger a financial review, say that you was going to make your payment and the payment came back, they couldn't process the payment. This will also trigger a financial review. This will trigger a financial review, even though you had the money in there and you was trying to make the payment and stuff. But if you didn't go through, then this may trigger the financial review. Now, the interesting thing about it, they will give you a specialist, okay? And what the specialist is going to do, you can't talk to anybody else. They're the ones that's going to be handling your financial review and everything. Now, in terms of when do you ask for a credit line increase? Always tell people, wait at least 90 days before you ask for a credit line increase. Some people will do it right away. And I tell you, be very careful of that. I would give it at least 90 days. Use the credit card, but use it sparingly, okay? Well, you know that, hey, I'm using the card and stuff like that. But you have to, again, you have to be very careful because this definitely can create a financial review. Now, here's the secret to a credit limit increase, to get a higher credit limit increase, all right? You always want to go to the max of 3 times your credit limit increase. So say that you have a $5,000 credit card, okay? Then you want to 3 times that up to $15,000, all right? Now this won't create a financial review, all right? So you want to, with the smaller limits, you want to do it 3 times, but with the larger limits, you probably want to do 1 times that or 2 times that, because again, you're trying to avoid that financial review, okay? Now, if you guys have any questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off of your credit report, click the link in the description, schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.